Spooky.
I know what it is.
Okay.
I know what it is.
Well, she knows what it is. I don't know what it is. I can tell you that right now.
Well.
Hold on, let me get the curtain. Ooh.
Woo.
Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay. Oh, whoa.
Oh, whoa.
No, we're not going there.
Ew, ew.
Okay.
What's going on with the frog?
It's a ghost. It's a gog.
Don't
Okay.
talk bad about.
Just don't. Okay, I won't. Bartholomew. Okay.
Like you said, barf.
That's his name.
Don't talk bad about
Barf?
barf. Is that
I
how
am
you
good-
call him for short? Like that's a nickname?
This is my frog barf.
Look, Hida even calls you his hater.
Is my pet the demonic circle in front of me?
Yes. Your pet is
Hello,
the
pet.
demonic circle.
Hello, pet.
I was trying to add it so that it was hovering above your head, but
Oh.
it didn't look nice. So I just put it on the table instead. Anyways, hello.
Why am I his hater? That's my question.
No, Sarah is.
No, I'm the hater.
You're the hater? Oh.
She's
Okay.
trying to summon
thought
a
it-
more fun time. She's trying to summon more drinks to the table.
Yes. Let's all drink and be merry. Let's go.
Wrong holiday. Wrong month too. Anyways, hello all. Today we have a guest that I wasn't even aware was going to be here.
Hello.
The summoning circle. Now
I've summoned. No, I've been summoned with the summoning circle. I am the ghost that will now haunt you.
you're right. You have been summoned. So let me do something.
Smudge me
You
away.
summoned yourself.
It's true.
That's true.
There.
I
You've
wanted
been
to be
summoned.
here.
You're on top of the table now.
Hi guys. Look at my feet.
And believe it or not, this has nothing to do with what we're talking about. But first, weekly obsessions. I don't remember who went first. So let's start with Yoshi.
Well, obviously, guest has to go first.
Okay. So, recently you guys know that I like Taylor Swift, but I've been obsessed. I have been listening to folklore on repeat. All of the songs.
It's because
been
it's giving you
obsessed.
sad girl autumn vibes.
Sad girl autumn vibes, and I'm here for it. I belt out all the songs. Illicit Affairs.
She means burp.
Who is she? I don't burp out the songs, no.
It's belting.
But I've been
It's a talent,
obsessed.
really.
And I have been told by people that I just give folklore vibes. And I don't know what that means. I guess sad girl. I'm happy girl, I'm sad girl, I'm
Well,
all
do
the
they
girls.
mean in relation to Taylor Swift, or they just mean like you give something that is undoubtedly untrue, but passed throughout generations?
I think they mean Taylor Swift.
Because I could see you being both.
I've been called Fable before.
Should we
Fable.
take a BuzzFeed quiz to see what Taylor Swift era we are?
No.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Not right now.
Okay.
This is not a part of the topic.
What?
To be fair, this could be considered a type of divination.
No, it is not. That is not a a BuzzFeed Taylor Swift
Considering
test
what
is
I was
not
considering
divination.
when you were reading out this stupid palm stuff earlier, is that not just basically a BuzzFeed quiz?
No, because a BuzzFeed quiz does it automatically. With these, you have to actually guess.
You have to work for it.
There
What
are
kind of cum do I
illustrations.
have?
What did you say? What kind of cum do I have?
I said thumb. 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 I can spell.
Okay. I'll do mine. Guess what? It's a song.
Who would have guessed?
But it's not a K-pop song.
It's a J-pop song.
It is. I already sent it in our main chat, but it's a
Is
song.
it Apata one?
No.
No, that's not Japanese.
Although that did get stuck in my head. No. It's a song called UFO by a group called 5E. And yeah, it's just, I love when groups specifically do things in music videos where they're like really happy and doing fun choreography while like chaos is happening around them. And in this one, they were just doing their choreography while people were being abducted in the background by a alien claw machine. So,
the dream, really.
Honestly. And it's produced by the same people, well, not the exact same people, but it's produced by one of the main producers that specifically worked on, guess what? Brat!
Wow.
So, it all connects together. 5E are the J-pop gay icons. So, anyways. That's my soapbox.
The thing is...
You're just gonna say the same things over and over again, aren't you?
Well, the thing is, my weekly obsession is something I am not at liberty to talk about on stream.
I don't know what that means.
It's the stuff we were talking about earlier.
What stuff?
Because that's all I've really been thinking about this past... That's like the only thing that's been reoccurring. And it's drama that I am not allowed to rehash on stream.
Okay. Oh wait,
so it's
that stuff?
Sarah's there for the tea.
Yeah.
Oh. Sarah's a drama whore. She does love a good dramageddon.
It's when I'm not involved, it's entertaining, but when I know the people, it's kind of just makes me want to throw hands.
Not like punch people, like actually throw hands.
Yeah, I want to detach my hands and throw them.
Mm-hmm. And I can tell you what your hands tell you about yourself.
But instead, I will say that my weekly obsession is also music related, but it's a music related from One Piece because of course it is. And it's a song that is really it's not even like a full song. It's specifically from episode 520 of One Piece.
How specific?
And it is the song that Brook sings like before he leaves the dome, and it's really catchy.
The Dimmadome.
It may as well be.
Well.
And it's really catchy, and it's stuck in my head because One Piece fan letter came out and they were singing it, and I was just like, ah! So.
You're like, what?
Ah! You know.
No.
Like, yeah, like you do.
I'd also like to mention, circling back to my weekly obsession, that the main hook of my song is literally gotcha, 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 find out. Spelled like a gotcha game.
So Hide would like this one.
I can officially say I like a gotcha song. And it's nothing to do with Nike and those terribly thick women. Have you ever seen the Nike girls? Hide would love to force you to see them. He loves to force Sarah to see them. It's okay.
Hide. This is why I don't respect your opinions.
It's literally at least I've seen at least a solid 5 of them are like playing a wet t-shirt contest with each other.
Yeah. Literally, I'm pretty sure.
Like they're wet. It's odd, but you know, he has special. I almost said special needs. That's not what I meant to say.
Well,
like special taste, you know. It could be interpreted as special needs if you want to go that far, but that's up to you.
Special needs in a specific way.
Anyways. So, I have 2 forms. I have the palm reading and I have tarot deck stuff.
Wait, before, I'm sorry. Wait. It reminds me of something that happened today that I want to talk about.
Oh boy.
I was at work. So the restaurant near my work is getting renovated and everything, and I haven't gotten to meet the new owners and who's doing the renovation, and I got to meet one of them today. And she's like, you can come in, but be very careful. And I said, it's okay, I'm very accident prone, but I'll be fine. And she just looks at me dead in the eye, very serious, and says, you're not accident prone, you're disabled. you have dyspraxia. And I was like, oh my god, hold on, back up.
Wait, you have
What's
what?
going on? Dyspraxia.
What does that mean?
I don't know the actual like definition, but it basically means you run into stuff because you have really bad spatial awareness, and like I've been new. But it was just the way that she said without any hesitation, "You're disabled." That caught me really off guard.
I mean,
See, you know,
It was like, you're not wrong.
You're great
not the first time.
You're great at masking any kind of homosexual tendencies, but everyone around you is like, that bitch is disabled somehow.
Everyone.
Straight but disabled.
Like, you
Everybody,
know,
including the frickin' healthcare work.
Yep.
it's a
I
payoff.
don't know.
It's a trade, you know?
Did we ever tell that story on stream?
Did we? I don't remember. Hi, Mikey.
Hi, Mikey. Did you know I'm disabled?
I mean, the TLDR is that a decent amount of time ago, when our grandma had a healthcare worker that was just around the house, one of many, because she kind of went through them. There's a lot of issues with it, but she had this one when me and Yoshi went over to go visit that the entirety of our family was kind of iffy about, because she had like said things or done weird things, and
Not
so
feeling the vibe of
we
the
were
room.
over, and everyone else that had come with us had went out to go like get food or something. So it was just me, Yoshi, and this healthcare worker essentially that were talking to each other. And at one point, because Sarah had already been over there and met this person, we somehow get on the subject of talking about Sarah. And she turns to us and she's like, I don't want to sound rude or anything, but is she like all up there? Like, I feel like she's disabled. And me and Yoshi just kind of look at each other, because like I didn't know how to respond in that situation, because I was like, I think my actual response was like, I mean, she has autism, like I don't know if that's what you're referring to. And then she said something along the lines of like, well, you know, I have experience because I have like a niece who has like Down syndrome. And so it was a really weird encounter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To this day, I still want to know what I
Sarah didn't even really take it that bad.
No, it was
we
hilarious. It's hilarious.
We were told not to tell her.
We were told not to tell her because they were scared of either how she would react, or they thought it was like really, really mean. And I literally, the first time I heard it, I looked over at Yoshi, and the first thing I wanted to do was text Sarah and say, guess what, bitch, you're disabled. So says other people. Because I was like, she's just gonna wonder, what did she do in that time frame? But yeah. And yeah.
Anyway, we didn't see her again.
Sarah, that is.
Yeah.
We cut
Our
ties.
eyes
This
are
is
covered.
actually, we were just talking about this earlier. This is basically our version of Hatsune Miku, but it's Sarah. Where someone is making a voice for her. I'm drawing in the notes as we speak, you know?
I'm so confused. I've lost the thread.
You weren't there for that conversation.
You are. But yeah, no, we were talking about Hatsune Miku earlier, because you know how me and you were more into Vocaloid comparative to Yoshi.
Oh, did you show him that song?
Yeah.
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 Because she didn't know what a Vocaloid was, like how it actually worked. So I just like was like, well, it's a person, but it's not. And there are people that make things for all of these.
So I'm Hatsune Miku to you guys? Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
because we don't associate with you anymore. So you're just a synthesizer.
I'm not a real person.
I told her to say that.
Anyways.
Shall we get into the topic at hand?
Yes.
So, like I said, I have the palm reading thing. I can do tarot stuff. I'm more experienced with tarot stuff, so I'm probably a bit more well versed in that. But I did find out something interesting, because you know I love living in ignorant bliss. So tarot cards, first of all, they were playing cards in like the 14th century, 13th, 14th century in like Italy, in like Europe, and that was their main purpose before any of this divination bullcrap, because literally, like in the 19th century, some random French occultist said, oh yeah, these have tied to like ancient Egyptian things. And people just believed it. And that's how we have tarot cards now, like this. Because there's actual like game decks for different countries, because they essentially have like almost like Germany versus Italy versus France, they all have like their different version of the tarot card deck that's made for playing games. And then the divination deck's different because it just doesn't have the same rules and such, and plus like everything's considered like arcanas of some kind in the magic one. So yeah, I just thought that was funny because literally I'm pretty sure one of the quotes that I read was, historians have described Western views of the tarot pack as the subject of the most successful propaganda campaign ever launched.
Oh my gosh.
Because literally the entire interpretation of the tarot pack was concocted by the occultists, and it is all but universally believed. And so I don't know, I found that funny. Because I was like, well, that's right. But let me tell you, my tarot cards are still pretty.
Hell yeah.
At this point, I'm trying to think. I've at least done a reading for you, for Yoshi. I've done one for Faye before. I've done one for Shani, for Mermaid. They were there. I didn't just do it.
You did it about them, but they were not present.
No,
let's see what the future holds.
I do that sometimes just because I think it's funny, and then when I see like, oh, they're dying, like something bad is happening, not like literal dying, but more like, you know, turmoil. But no, when I did it with Faye, Shani, and Mermaid, it was because the power went out in our Airbnb, and so I brought tarot cards. So I was like, this is a perfect time, the candlelight. Actually,
were there candles?
No, I was gonna say we didn't actually have candles. We had a lantern that was given to us by the Airbnb owner, I'm pretty sure, because he was like, yeah, this is weird, bye.
Yeah.
So, and that was right after we came back from buying groceries.
Why do you have that luck with Airbnbs?
What, a weird thing? That was the same Airbnb that had the full mirror inside the shower. That was really weird.
The power goes out at that Airbnb. We get a boil water notice at our Airbnb.
I don't think anything bad happened when we went up to Georgia for the cabin thing. At least, well, no, I don't think anything bad happened. It was just cold.
No, the boiled water thing.
No, I'm talking about, that was Tennessee.
Oh.
I'm talking about when I went up with everyone else.
Oh, okay.
I don't think anything bad happened then.
We went through Georgia to get to Tennessee.
We did. But yeah. So, anyways, I could do, here's what we could do. I know what we can do. I have this lovely, cute little book, and I think it's perfect for palm reading, even though it's more than just palm reading, because guess what? It fits in the palm of your hand. If you know anything about me, I love tiny things and I love witchy stuff. So,
Tiny witchy stuff.
love a good tiny witchy book. So, if I am reading this correctly, granted this could just be the small version, but I think the copyright from this specific one is from 1995, so you know it's from the 90s. That's how you know. But no, it's basically it's just how you know. So I figure what we can do is I can do just a brief skim, if you will, and we can all think about what our hands mean to us as a collective, and then I can move on to tarot stuff. And plus, technically, Sarah, do you even remember, do you know where yours is?
My tarot cards?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're right on the desk with me.
Sarah can do a fun reading along with me, because
Oh
I don't
boy.
think she's ever done one before.
I've done some for myself, but that's kind of it.
Are
I
you
don't
gonna
do them
do
for
reading
me
up?
anymore.
You don't want
Why?
to know.
They keep telling me the same shit. And I don't want
Wow.
to hear. I'm just tired of seeing it, you know? There it is, there it is, there it is. How do I there we go. Okay. So, let me start. So, are you right hand or left hand dominant?
Right hand.
White hand.
White
Your
hand?
Yeah, that too.
Okay,
Okay.
I will read both, but also, do you read with a different hand?
What?
I don't read with any of my hands.
I don't want you to question it, I just want you to answer me. This is what's in the tiny book of magic.
No, I don't read with a different hand.
When I hold my phone to read fanfiction, I think I'm usually holding it with my left.
Okay, so in terms of the reading comes after this, we'll just do right versus left. Right-handers, you prefer practical, logical reasoning and tend to be analytical and pragmatic. You always think things through carefully. That's not true. I'm thinking of you, Sarah. And examine your personal motives before acting. You prefer to play life by the rules and avoid using tactics that would be embarrassing if made public. Be careful. You may be tempted to relax your ethics when pursuing important personal goals. Versus left-handers, you favor intuitive thinking and tend to be more creative, imaginative, and original. You often act, it's because they want to be special. You often act on hunches and are not afraid to failure or temporary setbacks because you know these experiments can help you sharpen your abilities. The worst thing you can do is lose faith in your ability to realize your goals and objections. But then when it comes to reading, because apparently this is different. Your left hand reveals your private side, your fantasies, hopes, and dreams. Your right hand shows how you present yourself to the outside world and how you interact with it on a day-to-day basis. Regardless of which of your hands is dominant, you should concentrate on the markings and signs of your right hand for the purposes of this book. So it's specifically meant to be right hand only. So everybody, take out the right hands.
Everybody cut off your left hand, throw it away, you don't need it.
Throw it to Sarah, she wants to throw hands at people later.
Give me ammo.
Okay, let's talk about small hands. Sarah.
Small hands?
Let's talk about Sarah's hands for a second. Because she has the tiniest little fingers.
The tiny hands.
Wait, what? Hold on. Okay. Sarah, put your wrist on your chin.
What?
Which, like, palm up or palm down?
Put your wrist
Just
on your
put,
chin.
just put it like you're about to cover your face, like for hide and seek, but put it on your chin.
Okay.
Do your fingers reach past your eyebrows?
Yes.
How much so?
Like, almost to my scalp.
Maybe you just have a small head. Because by that proxy, I don't think you have small hands.
I have tiny proportions. My hands are proportionate to my body. But compared to everyone else, I have small hands.
If your fingers don't reach past your eyebrows when you rest your wrist on your chin, your hand is considered small.
Who the fuck?
I don't know.
My hands are not reaching.
What the fuck?
They have to call me when my hand is on my chin.
It's like, they're... What?
Listen.
Baby hands? Like, what?
Sarah has a
like
small
all the way
everything
up
Mikey.
my
It's
scalp.
hard to explain. Like, she practically is a dwarf. And so it's not that her hands aren't small, it's that I think her head is also small. Like,
I have a smushed head. That's where the autism comes from.
that's what
No.
they want you to believe. Well, the thing is, they don't really have a medium. They just have... Oh, I know they do, but for some reason it's after big. I'm so confused. Okay, hold on. Let me read. People with medium size
How do you know if you're big?
When
Big
resting
hand.
your wrist on your chin, your fingers reach almost to your hairline. So Sarah's
have
hands
big
are
hands, then.
big.
I have big hands.
No, you know what they say
I
about big
rest my
hands.
wrist on my chin. My wrist on. I thought I said it backwards. My wrist on my chin, and I'm touching my scalp.
My face.
I have that widow's peak though.
My face literally is completely covered by my hand, and I have a big face, which means I just have big hands. So
Like,
for this practice,
this
I
is
guess.
flawed. The people in 1995 don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
For this practice, we all have big-sized hands.
What were the size of
What
hands
size
back
hands
in
do you guys all
1995?
have in chat?
Yeah, everybody give us your measurements. We want inches, people.
Put your wrist on your chin.
Take a picture of yourself putting your wrist on your chin.
Post it on Twitter with hashtag wrist on chin.
Wrist on chin, hashtag pod. No one's gonna know what you're talking about. They're gonna think you're having a psychotic break.
Let's get this trending, people.
Okay, so I'll just read the big hands because this is what apparently applies to all of us. Your hands, okay, yeah. Big hands reveal sensitivity, versatility, and curiosity, while small hands skim the newspaper headlines. Large hands enjoy the small print and cartoons. Oh God.
I mean, yeah.
Full of mental energy, you are aggressive about getting what you want, but flexible enough to see other points of view. You know instinctively how to reach people on their own terms. You enjoy examining and categorizing others, always asking a million questions. What upsets you most is not having answers, dealing with stubbornness from someone else, and being told that there's only one way to accomplish a given goal. I'm looking at you, Yoshi.
Okay.
I'm just listening to this and I'm like, this seems.
Sarah's weekly obsession. Okay, now that we've discovered our hands are large, let's get into the
I feel
shape.
like we've learned so much.
We learned so much about people from the 90s. Let's get into the shape. This has to do with, I think, mainly the palm shape.
Okay.
I have a very square hand.
My right hand. Okay.
Good for you. We have a thing for that. We indeed.
Most things about me are square.
No, guess what? The nails are also a
Minecraft.
thing.
Minecraft.
I read ahead. But,
And my nails are also very rectangle-ish.
well, okay. What do you mean rectangular? It can't be square and rectangle at the same time.
No, they're not even sides.
What?
They're more rectangle than they are square because they are not 4 equal sides.
Then that means you would have thin palms, not square palms.
No, I have a square palm. My nails are
Are
rectangles.
It's fine. Anyways, from what I see, there's only 2 shapes of palm, apparently.
Okay.
There's the thin palms, which are the ones that are more like narrow and long. Which, at this point, I feel like I don't think I have, well, I probably have a square one, probably. Now I'm looking at my hand because I don't.
Is that not the point?
It's not narrow. I wouldn't say it's narrow.
I don't think mine's narrow either.
Okay.
What were hands in the 90s looking like?
Ask
I
Faye.
need to know.
Ask Faye.
Faye?
Ask Hide. Show us your hands. We need to know how you're built differently, apparently.
Dear old people.
How,
I need to
if you
know.
put your hand on your wrist, does it go past your eyebrow?
Your hand on your wrist?
Yes.
Do you want hand on your wrist? How is it past your eyebrow?
Anyways, thin palms. The hand with a thin, narrow, rectangular palm is the thinking and feeling hand. You enjoy brainstorming and talking and have an agile mind. You're bright, quick, and curious, and your moods change readily. Full of mental and emotional energy, you want to know everything about everybody. You value rationality above all else. When confronted with an emotional crisis, you try to reason things out and make the most logical choice. You tend to push aside instinctive gut reactions in favor of logical constructs, though your instincts are often right on target. Which applies to none of us. Because now we have square palms. Is your palm square shaped like a child's building block? That's straight up what it's asking. This book is so out of pocket. Literally. The hand with a square palm is a practical hand. You take nothing for granted and demand that facts be laid on the table. You possess good reasoning abilities and have a need for security. You shrug off day-to-day upsets and are not easily driven off course. You're a person of action, a hard worker, a doer, and you're a doer. Law and order and no
You're a freaky
nonsense
bitch.
are your code of honor. You say what you think, but may have difficulty seeing other points of view. You can be extremely critical, but you demand no more from others than you expect from yourself. You have a need to be needed, and you derive emotional satisfaction from being productive and useful. I think Narrow Palms has gotten nothing.
Yeah.
Because
That's
no
'cause-
one fucking has a narrow palm.
I think some people have narrow palms. I just don't know any of them.
I don't think they exist.
Old ladies,
I don't think that counts.
because they're old.
They're not people.
That's not the
Old ladies
peak
aren't
of their
humans.
hands. That's not the peak of their hands. Like, would you do this for a child and be
Yes.
like, because obviously they're gonna have vastly different hands in a few years.
I would go up to them and
They
say,
haven't hit hand
"Is your
puberty yet."
palm square shaped like a child's building block?" I want to
When
know.
you pick up a building block, is it the same size as your palm, young one?
Put your wrist to your face. I want to see how big your hand is. Anyways, now we get to talk about fingies.
Yeah.
Mikey, the only thing I can explain of what's considered narrow is like if it doesn't look relatively wide, if it looks longer than it is wide in a big way.
In a big way.
I've just realized what my actual weekly obsession would be.
Oh boy. What?
You're a little late.
I've been watching a docu-series about the pizza bomber.
Oh my
Collar.
gosh,
Wait.
Yoshi told me about this. I've already seen that. I can
didn't know anything about it.
recommend you all kinds of true crime stuff
You should.
and mystery stuff.
I pirate.
That's all of course.
I did you
should.
proud. I did you proud, Hide.
Oh my gosh, speaking of pirating, I watched the gay movies. Anyways,
Okay, good.
not all of them, just one of them. And let me tell you, I think it was better than the series. But anyways, let's talk about fingies. Flexibility is an issue.
Just in general, or
The degree of flexibility in your fingers tells how adaptable you are.
Okay.
how do you
Which way?
How do you know if your fingers are
Ideally,
flexible?
fingers should arch gently backwards under pressure. If yours don't, it might mean you don't like to admit you're wrong and you refuse to see the other person's side of the story. When your fingers flex way back, arching easily, you'll do anything to avoid an argument. Like, okay.
Define
No,
way
you know,
back.
Okay, no, you know when you put your hand out and then you like flex it upwards so your fingers bend up?
Yeah.
How far do they bend up, if at all?
It was like keeping my palm flat and then
Yes.
flexing my fingers up.
Like if you put your palm flat on the table, how far up do your fingers go when you make them all go up?
My right hand.
That's not an answer. That's just your right hand.
No, I
My
was
right
doing this with my
hand.
left hand. No, I was doing this with my left hand. I don't know. I feel like from the base of the
I would
finger,
say
they go up
mine's in
pretty
the
far.
middle. Because they don't go that far.
Mine are
No,
probably...
Mikey, you're doing it wrong.
Mikey,
doing it wrong.
if your fingers are going backwards 90 degrees, what are you?
That's not how that works. If you just put your hand flat on the desk and you just lift your fingers, how high up do they go? Do they go 90 degrees? I highly doubt it, Mikey. I need proof.
It's
Just
true.
your fingers.
Send pics. Or it didn't happen.
I need fingy pics. Anyways,
I don't know. Mine go up like maybe an inch or two.
I feel like Sarah's go far.
they do seem to go a little pretty decently far.
Hold, please.
Are you coming to look at my fingies?
Yes.
Well,
I want comparisons.
wow, Hida, you're
Oh,
not
boy.
even paying attention. You have to
Or
tell us
maybe
about your
I'm
fingers.
Show me.
So if I put it flat right here,
They're looking at each other's fingers right now.
I feel like mine go pretty back too.
I don't know.
Okay, well, we've accomplished nothing.
Let's just say that we're in the middle.
Okay.
That we're willing to, you know, go around. You know. Now let's
We're
talk
willing
about
to go around.
length. No specific measurement defines short or long fingers. How helpful. Finger length must be judged in relation to the length of the palm itself and is usually gauged by looking at the back or fingernail side of the hand rather than the front or palm side.
Mine are about, my middle finger is about the same length as my palm.
I want to say same, but where does my wrist begin and my hand starts?
Do you want the anatomical answer?
No,
or what
because I
most
won't know
people
what
would
that
say?
means.
I feel like most people think that their wrist is like right before that, like the pointy bone in your forearm.
I think
That's your wrist.
palm wise, I think I have very even, but that's an issue because my palms are really big, so I just have big hands. That's just all it is.
Well.
I think that's the main thing. So let's see, Sarah, what about you? Short fingers?
Like I said, my middle finger is about the same length as my palm.
But the
Same.
rest of them?
Well, obviously, like my pinky and my thumb aren't as big as my palm.
Have you tried?
Have I tried
Like,
to
if
make
I'm
them as big
doing
as my
it-
palm?
If I'm doing it in comparison to like right underneath each finger, they're all about equal length.
Don't use big words here. We can't understand them.
Beautiful. Let the
Okay.
demons out.
Well, here's the thing. We have very short fingers, long fingers, a long palm with long fingers. I feel like that's close to mine. A long palm with short fingers, a short squarish palm with short fingers, a short squarish palm with long fingers.
Why is there so
I
fucking many?
don't know.
Why are there so many options? And
I'll
what
read
if
what
your
I think
fingers are
mine
just
is,
long
which
as
is
your
the
palm?
long palm, long fingers.
Okay.
A long palm with short, nope. A long palm with long fingers says you enjoy talking things out, but may get hung up on small details and miss the big picture. Intuitive and sensitive to others, you're full of empathy. Unfortunately, you frequently put others first, ignoring your own best interest. You're not an aggressive or overly physical person. You work well in creative arenas. Your ability to grow and expand your field of influence is unlimited, but you aren't looking for glory or prestige. You're content to work behind the scenes. You should look for a career with unlimited growth potential. Routine occupations would deny you the chance to make full use of your creativity and imagination.
Wow.
How about y'all? Tell me about your fingies.
I think they're the same length as my palm.
Same.
Okay, well, in that sense, I don't know what to... Okay, would you say...
I don't know either.
Would you say your palms are long?
No.
My palm is maybe a little bit longer than it is wide.
Like, I feel like Sarah's would be a short squarish palm with short fingers. Just in relation.
My palm is longer than it is wide.
There's no middle. It's only long or short.
Well, then maybe I don't get an answer. I don't have a palm
They
in
stole
relation
it.
to fingers.
Let's do a short squarish palm with short fingers for Sarah. Belongs to down-to-earth, logical souls who work well in the daily grind of the material world, like a material girl, preferring a stable and predictable lifestyle. You dislike change. You're self-sufficient and aggressive about getting what you want. Yeah. Punctual and straightforward, where you see things in an uncomplicated manner and may enjoy careers in agriculture and horticulture, mechanical jobs, and those where you focus on one task at a time. Sarah
hearing
does
that
love
Sarah-
farming.
I'm hearing that Sarah should be a mechanic. That's what I'm hearing.
I was almost a mechanic.
Could you imagine her fixing your car?
I
No.
almost went to school for auto mechanics, and I also almost went to school for welding, so.
I can't see you as a welder either.
Imagine Sarah welding your face shut. Spooky. Let's talk about shapes of fingers. Sarah, I already know what yours are. Thick, fleshy fingers.
Yeah.
Fleshy.
Oh, I don't like the words that I read after that, actually. Here, I'll read it. Thick, fleshy fingers reveal a sensual, erotic, and mostly passive nature. You yearn to touch, see, smell, hear, and taste all of life that has to offer. You enjoy good food and luxury, and you may be a bit of a couch potato, but you do want to be productive and transfer your interests into physical form. You may not always have been satisfied with admiring the creations of others. That's it.
Oh, that's it?
That's
Ended
it.
abruptly?
It just is. But yeah.
I mean, physical touch is my love language.
I would say
It's been known.
I don't think I have knobby fingers.
No, you have very long, slender fingers.
Smooth fingers with unobtrusive knuckles. I don't think my knuckles are obtrusive. Are you obtrusive?
Are they answering you?
They said no.
How sweet.
Smooth fingers with unobtrusive knuckles belong to people who use intuition more than reason. You play your hunch rather than following conventional wisdom. Your passions usually rule your thinking, yet you rarely act in haste or anger. You often have difficulty asserting yourself and going after what you want in a direct manner. Because love is vital to your happiness, you place more emphasis on your partner or relationship than on yourself. And that's why I'm not in a relationship with anyone. What would you say you have, Yoshi?
I don't know.
Same as me? I think same as me.
My knuckles don't protrude.
And they made a very clear point that if they protrude due to arthritis, not to count it. So maybe Sarah is right. To which I'm thinking, you really only have a very limited window of time to get your palm read accurately if this is the case. Like, I don't understand. Okay.
If you're not in your peak
Your pink
hand.
If you're not in your pink era.
if you're not in your peak hand era, then what's the point?
I found out what spatulate fingertips mean.
What does it mean?
What?
Share with the class.
They look bad. They look like toes.
Ew.
That's kind of what my fingers
I-
look like. Or at least that's what my toes look like. My toes look a lot like my fingers.
I don't think that. I think you have more blunt
Spatula
square-ish.
fingers. Ew.
Spatulate means like the actual finger part is smaller versus the tips are bigger. Whereas squarish is more one note. I think you more have squarish stuff.
I feel like I'm rounded.
I'm very square.
Well, there's more. Calm down. I don't think either of us have pointed. We're not very pointy.
No.
So for round fingertips, they indicate that you enjoy people where are receptive and react readily to outside stimuli. Rounded fingertip types rarely like living alone, and constant presence of someone who cares for you makes your world safe and desirable. When you commit yourself in love, you do so totally and permanently. You are never pushy or forceful, but once you decide you want something, you'll exert gentle but continuous effort to obtain it. You should consider careers that require helping others resolve their problems: medicine, law, social work, management, or teaching. Well, one of us is achieving that goal.
Yeah.
Blunt,
thrilled.
squarish fingertips are not those of spontaneous folks. What's in it for me is apt to be your song. You gain emotional satisfaction from being careful, orderly, useful, and productive. Your self-reliance and stubborn determination make you great in fields of sales and industry. You're a board manager, skilled at organizing others and delegating authority. You crave stability above all else, often viewing change as undesirable or threatening. You enjoy clearly defined gender roles, job descriptions, and deadlines. So far, everything about Sarah's hand makes her seem like the person that does not want anything to ever change ever.
I mean, the autism.
It do be the disabled.
It all makes.
Literally, that's one of the defining traits of autism, is that we don't do well with change.
Let's see.
I don't do well with change, but my ADHD craves change.
And that's why she just looks
a
for
little
crunchy
conundrum.
things to munch on. What? What just happened?
I just broke my where's that super glue?
What did you break?
My phone stand.
You punched it. You were throwing them hands.
No, it's rubber, and I was fidgeting with it, and I forced it flat, and it just snapped in half.
And
Get
this is what
yourself a
happens.
fidget toy.
Let's talk about your fingernails, Sarah. Because guess what? Fingernails are different.
Okay, let's do.
I have square.
I feel like my fingernails are round but then flat. You know?
Understandable.
At the top.
Mine are square and then go up.
Sarah's are just Minecraft. Like
They are.
Sarah is nothing but a Minecraft character.
It's true.
Like here, let me look. I feel like mine is square to a degree. I think it's not fully square. It's rounded at the edge to like a more smaller bit. What about you,
I
Yoshi?
agree.
Same?
I feel like, yeah. I'd say it's like the bottom part. We're looking at the top part, not the bottom part. Obviously, the bottom part's more rounded with the cuticle.
But it's not
But
just
it's like
one
squared.
note all the
It's
way
like
up
a
like
taper.
Sarah's.
It's like a it's like a tapered square.
So let's see. We have. I would say ours are square shaped, and then Sarah's are small squarish.
Okay.
So square-shaped nails, these suggest someone who needs a life that runs with logic, schedule, and clockwork precision. You're a lover of routine, order, and common sense. You plan carefully for the future and make certain that everything you do is built on solid foundation. You perform your duties efficiently and modestly and derive a sense of satisfaction from helping others. Whereas Sarah, people with these nails tend to dominate conversations. You seek recognition by expressing yourself dramatically. Your style is forceful and energetic. You can be very charming, but you are also self-centered and have trouble recognizing opinions other than your own.
Honestly, some of the stuff you said, like dominating a conversation, I'm like, I could see that, or very energetic,
Yeah.
and I'm just thinking of her going like, earlier today she was like, oh, like randomly, like.
And that's her dominating the conversation. That's how
just
she
being
asserts dominance in a
energetic and loud.
conversation.
She does her French impression, yes. Exactly.
She's like, you know what will win them over? I'll tell you. Ooh, fingerprints. Everybody get out your fingies.
Okay, they were already out.
How do I?
Hold on. The patterns represent the most basic. Each time I give I'm looking at your hand. Know which pattern is the majority. Also, here okay. So, if you look at your fingers on your right hand specifically,
Okay.
there are 3 types of patterns that are visible typically. There's the whirl, which is like a spiral, the loop, which kind of looks like a worm peeking in from outside, and the arch, which just looks like a hill.
Okay.
So, what we're going based off of is which do you have the most of on your right hand fingers?
Oh God.
If I remember correctly, I think I only have one whirl swirl, and it's only on one of my ring fingers. Everything else is either
Oh, hey, we're the same. I have a whirl on my ring.
everything else is either a loop or an arch, but I think I mostly have loops if I remember correctly.
I'm sorry. What's the difference between a loop and an arch? What is? I don't understand what a
Arch
loop
looks like a hill. Loop looks like something's coming in from the side and going back to the side.
I have mostly loops.
Hold on, I gotta get my flashlight out. Okay, I got an arch there, a loop there, a loop there, an arch there, and a loop there. So loops won out barely on my right hand.
I think I have 2.
Also, I just
Loop?
noticed how
Like
sweaty
they're-
my hands are. God.
Oh.
I think I have 2 arches, 2 loops, and a swirl.
2 arches, 2 loop. Okay, on your right hand?
Yes.
Hmm.
I haven't even looked at my left hand. My ring and my pinky look like loops because like it's like an arch kind of thing in the middle, like something's poking up, but it's originating from the side, and then my index and my middle finger is like pointy up, but originating from like further down. And then my thumb's a swirl.
Once again, the rules don't apply to Yoshi.
Oh my god, it's the same over here.
You know,
My thumbs are swirls.
At least yours are even.
I thought my thumbs were arches, but then I looked closer and they're loops.
I think both my thumbs are loops, and I only have that one swirl on my left hand, on my left ring finger. The right one, I think, is just another arch.
Yeah, my right ring finger is a loop. All my other fingers are...
I think,
No.
okay, no.
Swirl.
Okay, because I want to be included in this, I'm looped.
Oh, so you picked.
No, I'm loops because my other hand, it's swirl, loop, arch, loop, loop. So,
Most of my fingers on my left hand are arches, though, which is fascinating.
I'm very mixed, but with only one whirl. So it's fine. So for me, loops went out on my right hand, 3-2.
I win.
Okay.
Loops too.
Never mind, Yoshi wins.
I
also
also
lose.
Sorry.
It's just in.
Sarah, you have more loops than arches?
Yeah, I'm loops, and then I have one whirl, and then I think my thumb is another loop. Yeah, so I only, on my right hand, I'm all loop except one swirl.
Okay. The loop fingerprint resembles a cowboy's lasso. You know, I should have said this first. If you have a majority of loops, you're you're adaptable. I'm doing great. Agreeable, and you don't like to rock the social boat. You thrive on social interaction and maintain a large circle of associates and acquaintances, speaking with them frequently and staying in touch with those who live far away. You make the most of every situation, but you're concerned about what others think and sometimes have difficulty expressing your true feelings and opinions. Guess what? The swirly ones are the ones that are loud and annoying.
What are arches?
Arches. Looking like an upside down capital letter T. Commonly found in the fingers of efficient, hardworking, and reliable people. Your mind works in orderly, organized fashion. It's the organization, bitches.
So my left hand is my autistic hand, is what I'm hearing.
Your keen analytical ability makes you ideal for fields of auto repair, accounting, book editing, computer programming, or research. This book is really telling you to just work on cars.
My right hand is my ADHD
Time
side.
for
My
you to
left
go
hand
back.
is my autistic side.
Let's
And when
go
you
back.
fix people's cars, you only need to use your left hand.
That would be hard. Okay, we'll go through quick 5 thingies. Start with Jupiter / index finger. So,
Thank you for clarifying. Because
the index finger is long when it rises above the nail bed of the middle finger.
hold on. The index
No.
finger?
Yes.
My right finger. Above the nail bed. It
Yes.
does.
I have short. Short.
Mine doesn't.
It does. Mine
So
does.
you have a long one then.
I have a long index finger.
This suggests star quality and strong self-confidence.
Up. Bitch wear.
You test your own limits and believe firmly that you never know what you can accomplish until you try. You take pride in yourself and your achievements. You're tough to ignore when you have something to say, have a strong sense of self, and always seek new ways to do things.
Okay. Sure.
Okay. Average when the index finger is nearly the same length as the ring finger.
No, mine is not.
I mean,
Mine is distinctly shorter.
it is nearly, but I can tell that it's shorter. That's the thing. The
Mine
index
is
finger is shorter than the ring
noticeably
finger. Well, I'll just read this for possibly me, possibly not. When the index finger is nearly the same length as the ring finger, you enjoy being in control. You possess a strong sense of dramatics and can be flamboyant in a way that you express yourself. You tend to magnify your emotions and have a taste for the larger than life. Versus the short. When the index finger is shorter than the ring finger, you prefer to follow rather than lead. You gain emotional satisfaction from being helpful, and you like to feel needed. You prefer not to be the center of attention or have too many responsibilities. You're extraordinarily sensitive and can be hurt easily. This may sometimes lead you to take back seat to others. Yeah, it makes sense.
I am emotional. I've been crying all week, so.
Because of her weekly obsession.
No, actually. But I've been crying at random stuff while watching things, and I'm like, why is this making me cry?
Hashtag anime problems.
Hashtag PMS.
The autistic side.
Hashtag autism.
Okay. Saturn the middle finger. Long, straight, and proud standing middle finger.
How do you know if it's straight? What if it just hasn't come out yet?
What if it's
Look at your finger and look to see if it has any kind of curve, the middle one. Any at all.
It does, actually.
How
yeah,
much? Not in the way of like putting your palm down and curving up, like to the left or right.
No, it curves a little bit to the right.
Same.
Okay, mine looks pretty straight, just like my thumbs. My small-waisted thumbs. A long, straight, and proud standing middle finger reveals a love for schedules. You're serious about your commitments and don't mind being alone. Work is very important to you, and you're happiest when situations are orderly and structured. You possess natural managerial abilities and are known for shrewdness, diligence, and reliability. Although you are ambitious, status and recognition are not as important to you as honor and personal happiness. Let's see. Short middle fingers are considered short when they only reach the top of the ring finger.
No, mine's taller.
Yeah.
Bent or curved middle fingers are a sign of a collector. One who hoards and saves things.
You don't say.
Your physical home and personal belongings represent security and stability for you. Highly critical of yourself, you might be inclined to undervalue your abilities.
You know, I don't like being called out. I do hoard in Baldur's Gate 3.
That is not the same.
I hoard everything. I'm gonna need that rotten carrot at some point. And yeah.
I don't think any of us have large knuckles.
My millions of pens staring at me from my bookshelf.
They have eyes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Only I can see them.
Spaculate. I don't think any of us have spatulate. I don't think any of us have spatulate tips. No. Okay, Venus. I'm your Venus.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. So, the ring fingers. A straight ring finger reaching above the nail bed of the middle finger is a short one.
I'm sorry.
What? Hold on. Say that again.
A straight ring finger reaching above the nail bed of the middle finger.
Yes, okay. It does reach above the nail bed.
When it says fingers, it means all of it, right? Right? You're not answering.
I'm confused. All of your finger above a nail bed? No.
No, I mean, I feel like mine just barely gets to the nail bed.
Yeah, I'd say, but if it's there, it's there.
Trying to tell if it's straight or not. Or if my hand is doing weird shit. I think it's curved.
That's not an option.
I thought, what do you mean that's not an option? It asked if it was straight.
That's not an option.
What's the point in asking if
Okay, let's see. Is your ring finger longer than your middle finger, Sarah?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Wait,
that makes sense.
No. The ring finger is
Ring
longer
finger,
than my middle finger?
Yes, middle.
My index finger. No. It's shorter than my middle finger.
Okay, then.
What was the thing that you said made sense?
Shh, I won't read it.
No, I wouldn't know.
You won't know.
I wouldn't know.
Okay, but yours is slightly longer than your index.
Yes, it is longer than my index, shorter than my middle.
Okay, the average one. When your ring finger is slightly longer than your index finger, you crave recognition and approval. You take pleasure in money and the things it can buy. You communicate well with color, fashion, and visual cues. You like crowds, swear, sharing thoughts, and being in the limelight. The short one is supposed to be the one that's about on par with the other one, the index finger. A straight ring finger says that you don't fear showing your feelings. That's not true. Caring for someone makes your world safe and desirable. Aware. And we're not going to read the long one.
Wanna know?
Because the long one, I don't think you're ready to know.
I want to know.
Here, I'll just go through the fingers and then we'll do some tarot reading. Because we haven't even, funnily enough, gotten to the palms. You know what, how about we just skip ahead to the palms?
Yeah.
Because, man, let me tell you, the fingers tell you a lot. Guess what? Each palm is different.
Oh boy.
Who would have guessed?
So you have your heart line, your head line, and your lifeline.
Which one's which?
I can't remember which one's which.
The heart line, let me see if it describes it in a way that actually makes sense. Okay. The lifeline begins at the wrist near the base of the thumb and curves around the mount of the Apollo off the edge of the palm, ending somewhere between the thumb and the index finger.
At the base of the thumb?
No, the base of the wrist. Base of the thumb and curves around the mount of Apollo. I think it's counting the entirety of that part of the thumb.
Okay, I was like, that is not the base of my thumb.
The heart line runs across the palm near the base of the fingers and stretches across somewhere between the heart. The headline stretches across somewhere between the heart and the lifeline. So the one all the way to the bottom right is the life one, the top left is heart, and then the middle one is head.
Okay.
So, in terms of the lifeline doesn't reveal how long you'll live, but speaks of your enthusiasm for life and willingness to enjoy and fight for what you want and love. A deeply etched lifeline, free of breaks or tassels, which we'll talk about later, assure a robust and fruitful life. So I'm assuming you know what a break is.
Where it stops?
Where it like stops or like it mismatches and then continues onward somewhere else.
Okay.
Versus a tassel kind of looks like a twig.
Okay.
That's
like if
broken
it
off.
was a straight line and then it had a bunch of things that like curved off of it in different directions.
Okay.
According to this, I have one break, and it looks like
Okay.
one tassel. So the break is near the beginning, which makes sense.
Does it?
And then the tassel is a little bit after the break. I mean, assuming that the beginning is representing the beginning of my life.
Well, what do you consider the beginning?
Birth.
No, on your hand.
Oh, where, like, at the bottom
base.
where it starts. Yeah, the bottom.
Breaks and disappearances in a lifeline say that you probably spend more time in contemplation than in taking action. You owe it to yourself to be more assertive. You may feel your role is more one of helping others to lead, but you must learn to assert your own ideas too. Don't be fearful of taking risks or taking charge. Consider serving the public through social work or helping the mentally impaired or physically handicapped. When the lifeline makes a wide, sweeping curve across the palm, you're a magnanimous, sunny individual, generous to a fault. Nope.
That's me.
The
Mine looks like
lifeline beginning high under the index finger denotes a need for acknowledgement. High under the index finger. What does that mean?
How does that mean? Yeah. How does that mean?
It's like, right? It's like above the other two lines?
Maybe.
Because mine is not like that.
I can't tell which part my headline becomes my lifeline. I don't
Mine,
know.
mine ends at my headline, like in
Mine
line
looks
with
like
it.
they merge.
Yeah.
Mine
And they
don't
have
merge. Mine are separate.
Well, that's nice.
But also, I wouldn't say it hugs it either.
Is it saying my life is in my head?
Yes.
Da da da.
Your quality of mind and intellect, an intellectual appetite is what the headline is all about. I don't know what that means.
I can see my ADHD then.
A short headline that doesn't pass halfway across the palm suggests a one-track mind, short-sightedness, and being closed to new ideas. The longer the headline, the greater your perceptive abilities and dedication to learning.
Mine goes from like middle underneath my pinky to middle underneath my index.
Mine
goes
goes-
across my entire palm,
Yeah.
Same.
and I feel like it's deep because it's like really indented.
Same. Mine is dark.
A faint or broken headline, or one that resembles a linked chain, means you're disorganized and have a wandering mind. No, I think it's pretty together.
I don't seem to have breaks.
There's like a fork at the end of it, or / beginning of it. There's a fork on one end, but
Yeah, I'm not sure. Is it at the same end where where my headline and my lifeline
like-
merge?
no,
know.
my fork is underneath my pinky.
See, my fork is up there. I'm confused which one's what.
We should have consulted a real palm reader.
You don't say.
Who would have thunk?
The deeper the headline, the more you harness your wits and put your know-how to good use. Optimistic and idealistic, where you always look for the silver lining and believe things will turn out for the better, if not the best. Talkative and gregarious, you enjoy sharing ideas with others and have the ability to organize and inspire groups of people. If your headline travels straight and level across your palm, you are just the facts, cool, and logical type.
No.
It's not straight, but it's also not that curvy.
It's not like a big curve, but it definitely is like
Mine's
goes
an uphill
down.
battle. Mine's a slope.
Yeah.
Mine's like there's a tiny bump in the middle.
It starts like mid palm, and I get like right beneath, like, not right beneath my index, but like it goes up. Anyway,
When the
What about the hard
lifeline
one?
takes a sharp upward bend towards the pinky finger, you use your wits for making money. Lots of it. Nope.
Nope.
Your headline curving gently downward to the wrist denotes good imagination. Nope.
Yeah.
A headline plummeting downward to the wrist in a sharp curve is a sign of wonderful imagination that enables you to know what others are thinking and feeling. No.
become telepathic.
When the headline joins together with the lifeline,
Okay.
near the thumb, you're
Yes.
cautious, conservative, and focused. A happy and fulfilling job is what you need for a deep sense of security. Practical and predictable, your greatest gift is the structure and stability you provide to family and coworkers.
Oh God. Okay.
I feel like we just put a lot of pressure onto Yoshi.
A headline ending in a tassel-like fork called a writer's fork, mine kind of has that, shows that you're versatile, curious, and inventive. The wider the fork, the more adaptable and resourceful you are, with the ability to bring a breath of fresh air into stale, stagnant situations. Mine's not that big, but it's there.
That's fairly big.
It kind of looks like if you were to take tweezers,
Yeah.
and you're like, ooh, I'm gonna get you.
Click, click.
The heartline serves as your emotional barometer and tells you your affection and feelings for all of the people in your life, not just for your lovers or life partner. Let's see. What do you look like?
Mine
Mine looks fucked up.
Mine is
heartline?
very solid. It's
I
very
mean-
The
deep,
heartline?
but it's very solid.
It's
Yeah, the heartline.
deep, but it looks like it's made up of a bunch of lines put together. Like someone just kept etching it over and over again. And then it forks near the index finger.
No, mine is very straight.
But it goes like straight off of the side.
Yeah.
Same. Like the side of my palm.
A deeply etched heart line means you see a role for yourself as a peacemaker. Even if you have no particular talent for the arts, you enjoy most art forms. You place great emphasis on home and family. Your ties to family members are strong, whether or not your experiences with them are positive. Because you take everything personally and want everyone to get along, you are likely to interpret different opinions as attacks or criticisms of you. Still, you're basically an optimist. People often turn to you for guidance because they know that you're sensitive to their needs. I don't think any of us have faint ones.
I know.
It's considered long when it reaches just below the index finger. No, mine stops.
No, it's not long.
Mine stops right before the index finger.
Mine forks like at the the dip between the index and the middle. If your heart line only travels halfway across the palm and says, wait, what? Hold on. I wouldn't say it's halfway. It's not that. A chained or broken heart line. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's chained. Says many of your relationships are more like romantic or casual friendships than deep emotional unions. While it is admirable to help those who deserve it, be on guard against people who would abuse the privilege and use you as a doormat. Do you guys have straight heart lines? Mine's curved.
Mine's
curved.
Mine's very straight.
Mine's curved. It's like it's flat by my pinky, and it curves up. Like
I mean, mine is
the same trajectory to go to my index.
Mine's like at a diagonal, but it's straight to a diagonal.
A heart line that travels straight as a ruler across the palm says that you devote a lot of time to thinking about the best ways to realize your dreams. You have a deep drive to win. People appreciate your dedication to service. You have no taste for dramatic emotional displays, and you rarely remain angry for long. Although you're flirtatious, you're also calculating, viewing love as a cool business deal.
I don't think that's true.
Love is a business.
A wide space between the heart and head lines reveals a need for independence. You aggressively seek out whatever life has to offer and are willing to take chances that might scare away the more cautious. Something of an oh my dear God, I can't read. Evangelist? Not evangelist. Dear God. You eagerly express your own views and philosophies. You have a low tolerance for slow pokes and deadbeats, people who cling to you or smother you. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, look. And this one says, be careful not to act like a spoiled brat.
What?
Ooh, do either of your heart or head lines merge into a single line?
No.
No.
Boring!
My heart accepted.
Oh God. There's minor lines that, you know what, I'm not gonna look at.
We don't have time.
No.
We have like 10 minutes before we were supposed to end stream.
Shh, we could do a couple extra, it's fine. So, who wants to get a reading?
Me.
What am I reading?
My job.
Oh boy. What, any question or?
Do I like what I do at some point?
Do I like what I do at some point? Oh boy.
That's really bad.
Does your
It's
career
like-
get any better?
Is my career where I'm supposed to be?
This is when I would say she should shuffle it, but you know what? This is what we do.
You have to emulate her as you
That's-
shuffle.
Shut up. Sobs, that's how you know.
Everybody loves me.
Shut up.
Let's see. I've done a couple. I'm trying to think. I haven't done one with Sarah recently. The only one I can remember is like way back when we were at our grandma's house. I don't even remember if it was like on Christmas or something.
Yeah, it's been a while.
That's the thing. Funnily enough, oh my god, I did one when our power was out during the hurricane.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, what else am I gonna do? I lit a candle and everything. It was very witchy, with the scary, ominous wind outside, and it told me the same thing. That I did.
Which is what? I want to know.
I'll tell you after.
What is it telling you?
I'm not gonna tell you on the story. But I keep, every time, maybe that's the issue. I keep asking basically almost the same questions when I do readings for myself, and I always end up hearing basically the same answers, and I think that's why I ended up getting annoyed, and I'm like, well, I'll just do readings for other people. Because it's typically things along the line. It's always in the same house. It's in the same, not house, I guess. What is it called? Is it house? What is it called? Suit. It's always in the same suit.
I'm like, house makes me think of Houses of Hell for some reason. Or Hogwarts houses.
That's because you were just playing Baldur's Gate. Okay.
You guys love this card shuffle ASMR.
Thank you, right? It's so loud.
Startling me out of my sleep as we speak.
I am Yoshi. Okay. Do you want me to tell you what it is? You got a reverse 8 of Swords.
Okay.
Do you know what that means?
No.
You don't even have a guess?
Swords are sharp, stabby, it's gonna be painful.
No.
But it's reversed.
Well,
Did
it's
you
also
just say
8.
birth?
No, it's reversed.
It's reversed.
Okay, so generally speaking. Oh, that's so nice. This is actually a really good card for what you were asking. Basically, it's a symbolism of like a really, really pretty sign of releasing yourself from something that was oppressing you.
Oh. So no.
No. What do you mean? So no.
I'm confused.
Okay, the way I interpret it, basically, the way that it's making it seem is that it's supposed to be you taking hold of whatever specifically is being more oppressive to you in nature, whether it be emotionally or physically, and flipping the script and playing by your own rules, therefore not having it have power over you anymore. And it doesn't mean that one thing goes away as much as it means that you change how it interacts with you.
You take fate by the reins and you make it your bitch.
So that doesn't necessarily mean that you quit a job or that you change jobs or that you stay with the same one, but it does mean that ultimately it would get better because you would change based off of what you would need comparative to what they ask of you.
Okay.
I think it's a really good card, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, Sarah. It's your turn, bitch.
I want to know when I'm going to be in a fulfilling romantic relationship.
Oh, I thought you were gonna ask when you were gonna die. I was like, you know, I'll do that, but let's see. What do you mean by fulfilling?
I'm going to get what I want in the sense of it's going to
In
be...
the sense of you're not gonna buy someone over like $20-something
It's
dollars
going-
of Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a mutual respect thing. It's going to like they're gonna care for me. I'm gonna have my needs met in terms of like physical affection.
And is it an if or a win?
More of a when, because I know it will happen one day. I'm just impatient.
See, that's the issue though. The impatience just leads you to having the same thought process. Because it always always happens. Chick-fil-A.
$25 Chick-fil-A order.
I can't believe you let them do that.
I was too stunned to speak.
The woman was too stunned to speak. It's just Sarah on multiple angles at the register at Chick-fil-A.
That little Pikachu face. That was Sarah.
It's like, who orders 2 sandwiches, mac and cheese, and a shake?
That
Honestly,
person.
It's just it was the shake, I think, more than anything that really was like, the fuck?
Did they eat
I'm
it all?
treating.
What?
Did they eat it all?
Yeah.
In front of you?
Yes.
Well,
I didn't even finish my meal because I wasn't that hungry. I only did this because they said that they were hungry.
They said they were hungry, but they didn't have money for food.
Yeah.
I mean, it turns out they were definitely hungry. Possibly from not eating for a couple of days.
I have no fucking clue. And they kept boasting about their fucking company too. And it was like, okay.
Do you think that's how some people eat? They go on dating apps and go on dates with people?
Yes.
What do you mean, yes? Are you one of them?
No. I'm one of them.
Sound convincing.
I've been on Reddit. What do you mean?
That should be. I can't imagine mooching off people that hard that you don't even know.
Oh, they know. Are you kidding me?
No, that you don't know.
I think it's easier when you're mooching off someone you don't know.
No, it feels so bad. I feel bad either way. What am I saying?
Ooh. She's an emotional bitch.
What a guest.
Because that's the thing, the different suits are supposed to represent different thematics. Let's see. Let's talk about this.
What's the card?
2 of Cups reversed.
Oh, I can't remember what cups are.
Cups are emotional stuff.
Are you just holding your deck upside down? Is that why they're all reversed?
No, I shuffle them in randomly. That's what you're supposed to do. They're not all the same direction. Oh my gosh. Trying to see what happened. You can choose what they do by yourself. Another option for clarity. Okay. What I'm getting from this is that it will basically revolve around you changing your communication dynamic. You specifically. Well, it doesn't have to be you, but it makes it seem like you would be the only one that would actually be aware to do it.
What does that mean?
Because the way it makes it seem is that you would be put in a situation with someone where the communication in and of itself has become a challenging thing, and that both parties seemingly aren't really doing anything, and it could be you that's like resistant to a change in the dynamic. And so the whole point is that you're supposed to try and actually shifting that dynamic to see what happens, because otherwise you won't even know if you get to choose to pursue something or not.
Basically a leap of faith sort of deal.
Not a leap of faith, because it doesn't have to be like, ooh, we're married now. Like, no, that's not how it goes.
But
just that knowing that there are options outside of what the current dynamic is I think the main issue that it would be, because you might feel very stuck in like, this is just what it is. So yeah.
alrighty.
Faye, am I reading your tarot too? I'm gonna talk about this. I like tarot specifically, not even necessarily, I know this is probably not the right thing to say after I just did both of your readings, but not necessarily because I believe it.
Yeah, I mean,
But
Yeah,
because
not like that.
I think the storytelling element's really fun to me.
oh yeah.
Because there's a lot of just fun to coming up with interpretations unique to whatever you get.
There was a kind of like a D&D podcast that Dad will do, and I cannot remember for the life of me what it's called or what group did it. If I asked my dad, he would know. But they did like all of their, instead of rolling dice for like to figure out how something went, they would draw tarot cards, and that would determine how something went.
How though? Because there's a lot of interpretation.
Yeah, it would be how the DM interprets it,
Oh,
or sometimes
God.
sometimes the DM would ask, "How do you interpret this?" or like, "Well, how do you think this would go because of this?" And so it was really interesting. It was really, really cool.
Did they all
And it
have
was-
to have knowledge of like all of the tarot cards?
No, they were using like a website that they could all draw from at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it had a description of what it said when you drew the card.
Well, you guys are lucky. You didn't get any major arcana.
Is Major Arcana bad?
No, but it typically means way more big things. Like when I did my hurricane reading, I didn't read the hurricane. I wasn't reading like, will you be my beef queen?
Milton.
Milton.
Oh, Milton, are you
Oh,
my
Milton.
next hot thing? But no, I got a major arcana for that. And it was very telling. But yeah. And you know what? Faye's gone, so fuck her. This is what you get.
Faye died.
I know, right? But you know what? You know what I can say though? At least in the future, Hide, I can do yours. You're not allowed to speak without me asking. I can tell you when you're gonna get someone from Nike to be isekai'd into real life. I don't need to consult the deck.
I just know.
Okay, well now that I'm sure that everyone is afraid of the tarot deck.
You know, nobody wants to ask a question.
I know, right? Just
Anybody, one question,
what's
one
your
read.
next meal gonna be? Tomato soup.
Ugh.
I know you hate soup.
Sarah's least favorite.
She doesn't hate tomatoes. Do
I
you?
mean, I don't. Not that I know of. I do have a vivid memory, I think, of being at Grammy's house. One of Grammy's houses.
One of our
I
multiple.
think I was either sitting on Grammy's lap or Grandpa Carlton's lap. And I remember eating a cherry tomato and being like, what the fuck did I just eat?
A cherry tomato.
But I was a small child and didn't know what was going on. Shinny, you come at the end.
Shouldn't you came at the perfect time? Give me a question to ask my tarot deck. I'll read your tarot for free. I won't even charge you this time.
You say that as if you charged her last time.
Shh. You don't know what went on in that Airbnb.
You're right.
I can tell you one thing though. We watched a boring ass movie. And we all fell asleep watching it. And it had, I think, Chris Hemsworth in it? The guy who plays Thor? It was very bad. Nothing was happening. Anyways, Shinny, give me a question. And Hide, yes. That's just how she is. I don't know what you expect. What do you mean, what do I see in someone's future? Anything. Give me a prompt. When are you gonna shit yourself next? I don't know. It could be any time, anywhere, any place.
That's what anywhere means.
Okay.
Yeah, what's a
You need to be
question?
more specific, Shinny.
Like, what do I see for you? When do I see for you? Where do I see for you?
If does he see for you?
That sentence made my head hurt. If does he see for you? That's a Mikey sentence. Okay, Shitty, I'll go with broads. Cause you're a broad.
I do your shitty impression while you're mixing the deck. Go on.
Oh no.
Fuck you.
Here, I'll play the soundboard for you.
This is the chanting.
I am very for God's no. Know who would totally 100% be down for 19 inches of venom? Faye.
I think those are all the ones we have of her.
It's true. This is how we channel her. This is how we summon her.
It's true.
We draw a summoning circle. Oh god.
Oh, you're fucking bad. You haven't done shit for the past 5 minutes, bitch. Rejuvenation. Hydration. Shut the fuck up, bitch.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
This is
Dubstep remix.
Yeah, that wouldn't be out of my
I know.
wheelhouse. I already did the Right Now cover. Have you ever listened to that?
Me? No.
Yes. I covered a New Jeans song with Shinny. Reluctantly. She was the reluctant one. I made her do it. And let me tell you, it was a time. Oh, look who's back, Faye, you whore. You can drown in your own blood.
Jesus.
Hashtag spooky Halloween. Hashtag you're on your period. I don't know if she is. It just seems like every time we talk to her, she's on her period. Okay, I'm Shinny. Get out, fucking widow. Okay. That's actually kind of funny.
You get.
I got your card.
Oh.
Again. And I shuffled it multiple times.
We're connected, Shinny.
I wouldn't say that's what it is.
When I come to visit you in a week, that's when you will get your job offer.
And it's literally reversed too. Oh god. Shinny, the best way I can think of in this relationship, not this relationship, in this situation, similar to Sarah, it's talking about a changing of a relationship dynamic where something might be stagnant / two parties resistant to willing to change. So in interpretation to that specific situation, I would imagine it might have something to do with reaching out more, because it kind of leans more heavily towards the people that it's a read for versus the people that it's a read against. So like if you're asking the question, it's more like telling you kind of have to be the one that changes the dynamic of communication. Not situationship, Hide, you whore. No one else is like that. So in my mind, this could apply to like career-wise, specific to any possible connections that you could think of that you might be too scared to pursue. Or even if it comes down to just like really harking down someone's door to try and go after them and be like, look at me, bitch. You'll say that to them too. That's how you get them to look at you. Because ultimately that might be the main way that actually changes the dynamic versus not even having anything and it's staying stagnant. And I don't know if that applies to you at all or if that even makes you think anything, but it's... Oh, God, not the Mikey thing catching on. Casanova Hide. But yeah. Thank you. I will put my booth here on Halloween for anyone to come and get their tarot read.
Are you gonna stream all Halloween? Just to care
No,
of it.
Faye said she wanted to watch a movie. I don't know what
That's
movie.
true.
I just told her not scary movie. So,
That's true, yeah.
but anyways, yeah. So this has been mostly palm reading with some tarot. Listen, that book, for being so small, a lot.
In depth.
But also
Very a lot.
very specific, but also not specific at all. When we wanted it to
Yeah.
be, it was not. But yeah,
It's contradictory in some cases.
isn't that all divination?
Yeah.
That's kind of the point, but that's what makes it fun. It keeps you guessing. It keeps you on your Rose's toes.
The rose toad.
If Sarah likes hands, Rose likes toes. She pops
Ooh.
them in her mouth like popcorn chicken.
Why do I like him?
Rose isn't here to defend herself.
It's true.
But yeah. Anyways, I should be streaming Silent Hill with the actual auto aim on this Wednesday. Oh my god. Don't have the rifle. That might be an issue later on. But that should be happening this Wednesday. And then might do something spooky this Saturday if I can line it up. So stay tuned.
Woo,
Bye.
woo, woo,
What are you, an
woo.
owl?
Yes.
Oh, 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 oh.